Not every creature living in the canopy has taken up the Tarzan act. But even if they don't climb, or leap, or even walk very fast, they've got some surprising ways to obtain life's essentials. The forests of tropical Madagascar are home to about half the world's chameleon species, including the vibrantly colored panther. With almost everything it does, this chameleon is the personification of slow. Their tongue-like feet, working like pincers, and grasping prehensile tails keep them steady as they amble through the trees. They're in no hurry because nature has armed them in a different way to compete for canopy insects. And when one of them gets in range, Mr. Slow turns out to have an astonishing moment of speed. And its fast, telescoping tongue is matched by a quick, color-changing skin. Contrary to popular belief, chameleons don't change colors to camouflage their presence against the surroundings. It has more to do with communication between very solitary creatures. A rare moment of contact and a flash of emotion. Coloring reflects their mood when sparring with other males. Or when they're attracting the attention of females, adorned in a blander exterior. The mechanics of this color change take place just below their transparent outer skin. Stretchable pigment cells, called chromatophores, are ringed with muscle fibers. When the fibers contract, they pull on the pigment cells, quickly spreading their color. The upper layer handles red and yellow tints. Below, another layer of cells reflects blue light. While the chameleon's skin show is impressive, it's their tongue's capacity to snatch a meal from a distance that really defines the moment. The unusual attack begins with the chameleon's eyes, the most distinctive of any reptile. Each eye can rotate and focus separately. With but a pinhole in the center, they have a full 360-degree view to find prey. The slow-moving chameleon never chases the quarry, only edges towards it. He moves his head, bit by bit. Now, the eyes are locked in sync to judge the distance. Then, the tongue takes over. About 20 milliseconds. That's all it takes. But with high-speed cameras, we can observe the action as it catapults over 1,600 feet per second. How it works is another case of animal ingenuity. The tongue is sheathed on the tip of a bone that helps support it. A tightly coiled spring of collagen and accelerator muscles create a biological catapult that propels the tongue tip as a bow shoots an arrow. When extended, the retractable tongue is longer than the chameleon's entire body. Over millions of years, nature has been perfecting this design. Now we're getting a view of just how amazing it is. The sticky tip gloms on like a baseball glove. Skin flaps ensure the prey stays put as it jets back to the panther's hungry mouth. The forest canopy is almost a self-contained world. Most of its residents can find the food, shelter, and mates they need without ever having to leave. But for others, the trees are a vantage point, home base for mounting an aerial assault into an entirely different realm. A flash of feathers, plunging 80 miles an hour. Then the dive. The osprey. Nature combined an aerialist and an aquanaut with a body that moves seamlessly between two earthly domains, air and water. This powerful predatory bird was born to fish. It's spring in Florida's lake country. Hatchlings are still nest-bound, but growing fast. They're hungry, requiring as many as 7 fish a day. As the day begins, the air is soon filled with the cries of nest-bound females, encouraging male osprey to fish. It's a task for which this imposing predator, one of the largest and most powerful raptors, is well suited. 6-foot wingspan, binocular eyesight, several times more acute than humans. Sharp talons, half as long as a grizzly's claws. Once an osprey spots something swimming in the water, its most exquisite act begins. Sometimes they fish along the surface, and it's all over in seconds, like some sudden smash and grab. But osprey are best known for their watery plunge. As it catches sight of a fish, there's a momentary hover. Their focus can adjust for the refraction effects of the water. The dive is nearly vertical. Just before hitting the water, its legs are thrown forward, thrusting talon-tipped feet through the water. With a diet that's 99% fish, they've become well suited to getting wet. Their wings are the most waterproof of any raptor. Even more extraordinary is how they manage to helicopter back up into the air. Key to this feat are the large flight muscles centered in the chest and their characteristic V-shaped wings bent at the wrist joint. Even without a run-up or a perch, they can generate airflow across their wings to create lift. Spearing and holding on to a wriggling fish isn't easy. These birds are equipped for this as well. An osprey's feet are scaly for extra gripping power, and unlike other birds of prey, the outer toe is reversible, so they can grab with 2 toes forward and 2 toes back. Once the fish is firmly held under wing, the osprey heads to the nest. The biomechanics of flight are 100 million years in the making. It's generated an extraordinary range of wing design. Some are so broad, there's little need for flapping. All the energy is tapped from air currents to sustain the glide. At At the other extreme are the most frenetic wings in the animal kingdom. The hummingbird generates 50 wing beats a second, so fast and so precise they can hover in mid-air. Perfect for extracting a meal of high-calorie nectar. As our cameras have improved, we're finally getting to see what it means to fly.